Wolfgang Van Halen's transformation is impossible to ignore, and it's about far more than just his appearance. For most of his life, people looked at him and saw only one thing: Eddie Van Halen's son. Every move he made was measured against a legend. It didn't matter what he created, how hard he worked, or what he achieved. The shadow of his father's legacy was always there, loud and relentless. But something has shifted. Today, Wolfgang carries himself differently. There's a grounded confidence in the way he talks, plays, and shows up in the world. The same people who once dismissed him as a Nepo baby are now coming back, watching, listening, and realizing they underestimated him. This is not a kid hiding behind a last name anymore. This is a man who has taken his name back. Born on March 16, 1991, Wolfgang grew up surrounded by sound. His mother, actress Valerie Bertinelli, and his father, one of the greatest guitarists in rock history. Everyone assumed he'd grab a guitar first. Instead, he started on drums, sneaking over to his Uncle Alex's kit and soaking up whatever he could. By 9, he was largely self-taught, and at 10, Eddie gave him his first drum set, quietly nudging him toward a path that would one day become his own. As the years went on, Wolfgang added guitar, bass, and keyboards to his arsenal. Eventually, he stepped onto the biggest stage possible: Van Halen itself. As a teenager, he joined the band on tour, played 316 with his father, the song named for his birthday, and later recorded A Different Kind of Truth as their bassist. Fans argued, critics complained, but behind the noise, he was just a son playing music with his dad, soaking up every moment. When Eddie died in 2020 and Van Halen ended, many expected Wolfgang to live off the old songs forever. Instead, he did the opposite. With Mammoth WVH, he wrote his own material, played every instrument on his albums, and refused to turn his shows into Van Halen tribute sets. It was a risky decision, but it told the world exactly who he was. Offstage, his life was changing too. On October 15, 2023, he married his longtime partner, Andrea Alsop, in an intimate ceremony inside their home. The date marked 8 years since their first date. Photos of that day, Eddie honored in the music, family close, no spectacle, showed a man who had found real stability, real love, and a sense of home that wasn't tied to fame. Then came his physical transformation. At one point, reaching around 240 pounds, Wolfgang realized his habits were draining his energy and hurting his health. Grief, pressure, and constant comparison had weighed on him in more ways than one. Instead of chasing a fad or trying to impress the internet, he made a different choice: take his life back. Step by step, he changed how he ate, how he moved, how he coped. Over a year or so, he dropped about 50 pounds. But more importantly, he gained clarity, stamina, and control. Now, on stage, he looks and sounds like a man completely at home in his own skin. 3 albums in, fronting Mammoth, playing his heart out, he's no longer Eddie's kid trying. He's Wolfgang Van Halen, fully formed. His story isn't just about weight loss, fame, or legacy. It's about refusing to let other people write your story for you. Wolfgang didn't escape his father's shadow by rejecting it. He honored it, learned from it, and then stepped forward into his own light. What do you think of Wolfgang's journey and his music? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.